Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready for the Lancashire Hotpots virtual pub quiz? And here's your quizmaster, Dickie Ticker.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to another Monday night. In fact, it's Bank Holiday Monday, isn't it? And welcome to the Lancashire Hotpots virtual pub quiz. I'm Dickie. I'm your quizmaster for tonight. If you want to play along with the Hotpots on our quiz fun, you're going to need four things. You're going to need a pen, paper, you're going to need a drink to drink and some nibbles to eat whilst you do so. If you're playing along with us tonight, and I hope you are, type your name in the box below. If there's a couple of you, type your team name in, and if you want to get your mates playing along as well, why not at them using some sort of form of tag and see if you can get them playing along. You can compete along with them as well as us. While you do all that, I'll go and speak to some members of the Lancashire Hotpots, some of them at least. First up, it's Bob. Bob, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Dickie. On Bank Holiday Monday, it's Bob Briggles here, and I'm calling from Lancashire.
Yay! He certainly is. Thanks for joining us this Bank Holiday Monday.
Oh, you're very welcome. I don't mind joining you.
It's quite a pleasure, isn't it? Quite a pleasure.
I've said I'm coming on the Zoom call, and guess what? I'm here.
And we are
it's all about commitment.
So glad to have you, Bob. Let's just get busy with the fizzy and talk about your drink and your nibbles. What have you got for tonight?
Well, tonight, you guys know me very well, and you know that I don't very often have dark beers.
No.
But today, I have gone for Vocation Breakfast Club Waffle and Blueberry Breakfast Stout.
Now, did you get that from the Tesco's?
Tesco's, yeah, I got it from the Tesco's.
I've had it. How are you finding it? Or have you yet to pour?
I'm yet to pour it. It's 6.9%.
Yes. You'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy that.
You won't need many of them, will you? You won't know. According to Ron's dad. And from my nibbles, I've got some mini cheddars. But they are nacho cheese and jalapeno flavour.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. Lovely. A little bit of a twist. A little bit of a modern twist on an old classic.
They're very nice.
They are. Very Moorish, aren't the mini cheddars?
Yes.
You know what? Mini cheddars always makes me think, a pint and a bag of mini cheddars in a pub. What an evening that would be.
Simple pleasures.
You're no matter what score you get in the quiz tonight, Bob, you're in for a good night.
I'm a winner already.
You're a winner already, indeed. Let's go on to and speak to the man who's second on the leaderboard for the Hotpots overall quiz. It's Kenny. Kenny, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'll do cockers. Kenny Body here, and I'm from Lancashire.
Yay! Now, Bob's got a fantastic culinary experience lined up during the quiz, and I'm sure you'll be no exception as well, Kenny. What have you got for tonight?
Well, I know we're kind of coming out of the lockdown now, but I've not been able to get hold of it previously, but I've got to drink some Brewdog Lockdown Lager, finally.
Ooh.
Which is a guava and grapefruit pilsner.
Fruity.
Quite refreshing.
Fruity and crisp.
Mm-hmm.
What's the ABVs on that, KB?
4.7.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, it's not bad. Nice little refreshing.
Sensible.
Tickle.
Now, I think because you've got quite a fruity beer, you'll have a fruity snack to accompany it. Am I right?
Well, I was my usual indecisive self. I couldn't decide whether lager should have nuts or whether, with it being a bit of a fruity lager, I should have something a bit either fruity or maybe I've got some, you know, those jalapeno nibbly things in the gold bag. Can't remember what they're called.
Oh, the pretzel things.
Yeah. I was going to go with them, but I didn't in the end. I went with Nobby's nuts.
Oh, yeah. Nobby's. What flavour are those, KB?
Dry roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Classic, standard. Another pub classic there.
Lager, dry roasted.
Sorted.
Can't go wrong.
He is. Right, you sit back and tuck into those while I speak to the doctor in the house. It's Dr. Ron. Ron, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good evening, everybody, on this fine bank holiday. My name is Dr. Ron Seal, and I'm from Lancashire.
Yes, he is. And what have you got for tonight? Quiz entertainment, Ron.
Well, I have run out of beer as it is a bank holiday and it's the end of the bank holiday. So I'm on a cheeky little gin and lemonade.
Oh, very nice, very dainty. Do you want to extend your little pinky finger while you drink that? There we go.
Tony Hadley.
True.
And for nibbles, what's left of them, I've gone and bought myself some bacon and maple syrup flavoured kettle chips.
Oh,
nice.
Just the right amount of salt and sweet.
Yes.
Lord,
Very Moorish, very Moorish. Cheers for that, Ron. Some of you out there might notice we're a hot pot down this week. We were going to have 5 hot pots for you on the quiz. However, at the very last minute, was it about 60 minutes to go?
Yes, it wasn't. There was no notice whatsoever from
The weird thing is, on any other time you would say, with 60 minutes to go, he's pulled out, but it's actually the opposite. With 60 minutes to go, he's wanting to pull in.
Yes, Bernard's on a date. Basically,
he's more like.
What? Sorry,
like a booty call. It's more like a booty call.
Yes, yeah, very, very much so. We won't go into the ins and outs. I'm sure he'll do that himself.
Hey.
Yes,
he won't go through many of them either.
So he's abandoned you, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't care about 10 questions on 10 different topics. He's only looking after himself. Well, we're here. We would never leave you hanging. And in fact, I'm going to be away next week, but straight after this quiz, we're going to record another quiz, and we're going to record that for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's how much we respect your fanship, your affection, your commitment. However, he doesn't give a monkey's about you. He's basically off chasing a good time.
I mean, the thing is, it does show our commitment to the fans, but it also highlights how little sex we have. Cheers, everyone.
And on that bombshell. So we've got 10 questions, as always, for you tonight. Each correct question gives you the value of 1 point. So if you get 10 correct answers, you get 10 points. We always tend to get a new person on the quiz each week. Make sure you don't put your answers in the thread below the comments. We don't want any of that. Just put your answers on your sheet. Hot Potters at home, are you ready? Excellent. Hot Pots in your homes, are you ready?
I should say.
Well, let's get quizzing. Question number 1, as always, is the music. And against health and safety advice, she tries to set fire to the rain on a regular basis. It's never going to happen. I'm talking singing superstar Adele. We all know she's sold millions of albums worldwide. But what is Adele's surname? Is it A, Adele Adkins? Is it B, Adele Murphy? Or is it C, Adele Jenkins? She sold millions of albums. We all know her first name, but who on earth knows her last name? Maybe you do. It's one of these. Is it A, Adele Adkins, B, Adele Murphy, or C, Adele Jenkins? One of those. It's like it's like Donovan. It's like what's Donovan's name? Or Dana. Can we think of any others? Pop stars with one name.
Mr. Sting.
Mr. Sting. Yes. Seal. Yes. In fact, Ron Seal could set up a Seal tribute act.
I could indeed, yeah.
In fact,
the performing Seal.
Yeah, you could sell tickets under the name Seal, and you couldn't be done by the Trades Descriptions Act.
Just really quiet, really small at the beginning. Dr. Ron,
like 6-point font, and then 100 Seal.
Seal does Seal.
Now we're getting ideas for video. Who needs the otter? Who needs him? Question number 2 is films. And tonight I'm talking the films that could have been. Scottish actor Dougray Scott has appeared in such films as Mission Impossible 2 and Hitman, but he was originally cast as a very famous superhero before having to pull out due to scheduling conflicts. Now, which superhero was he due to play? Was it A, Wolverine, B, Batman, C, Iron Man?
Not a superhero flick fan at all here.
Well, you know.
Not got any clue.
So, if you can think of a Scottish person, Dougray Scott, would he have been likely to play A, Wolverine, B, Batman, or C, Iron Man before not having to do it because he had another film to film?
Who's this? Sorry.
Dougray Scott. Sort of very big in the sort of late 90s, early noughties. He is Scottish. So A, Wolverine, B, Batman, or C, Iron Man. If you don't know, just have a bit of a guess.
Your placement of his popularity time window has kind of maybe changed my answer.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So question 3 is, as always, egg, sausage, chips and beans. And this week, we're talking about eggs. I am the Eggman, I am the Walrus, sang John Lennon on I Am the Walrus. But which Beatles album did I Am the Walrus originally appear? Was it A, Magical Mystery Tour? Was it B, Revolver? Or was it C, Dr. Pepper's Fizzy Heart Club Band?
Very easy on that one.
The gags are all there. Well, I think it's easy if, you know, it's easy if you know it. So, I Am the Walrus was on which Beatles album, if Daz was here? Oh, the Beatles. Was it A, Magical Mystery Tour, B, Revolver, or C, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band?
Yep.
How are you Hot Potters doing at home? 3 questions in, how are you doing? Confident? What do you reckon? Okay, question number 4. No, he bit a lager cider, ale and stout, and it's about cider this week, so he should have been here. He should have been here.
It's easy.
He might have known this one. Yeah. So, what I want to know tonight is, what's the biggest selling cider in the UK? Is it A, Stowford Press? Is it B, Thatcher's Gold? Or is it C, Strongbow?
Sorry, just sneezed there.
Bless you. Yeah, that's probably mini cheddar dust.
Hey, they've gone already. Smashed.
That's the thing about mini cheddars. It's too small a bag.
Yeah, they'd gone even before Kenny had finished his little bit.
See, that's because you're a multi-pack, Malcolm. See, what I've done is I've gone to the Happy Shopper and I've gone for a 70-gram bag of bacon rashers. I was eating these before the quiz started, and I'll have some at least till half-time. So yeah, what's the biggest selling cider in the UK? A, Stowford Press, B, Thatcher's Gold, or C, Strongbow? Just getting not normally harassed by a cat on the quiz, but I've got Stewie the one-eyed wonder cat.
Aww.
He's come with me tonight. So question number 5 is crisps. And there's been some funny flavours of crisps over the years. Now, I'm going to give you 3 ridiculous flavours of Pringles. 2 of them are true, and 1 of them is a fake flavour. So which one of these is the pretend Pringle? Is it A? Sorry. It's almost like a moustache, really, isn't it?
It looks like it's a huge spider.
Listen very carefully. I just said this on new words. Oh. He doesn't want to be a comedic prop. Yeah, so which one of these is the pretend Pringle? Is it A, white chocolate and peppermint Pringles? Is it B, horseradish and mustard Pringles? Or is it C, blueberry and hazelnut Pringles? You know, science can do wonderful things these days, but there are some things science should not do, and science has given us some odd Pringles. So here's 2 very odd ones that are real, and 1 that isn't. Which one? I mean, they're all wrong, but which one is the non-Pringle? A, white chocolate and peppermint Pringles. B, horseradish and mustard Pringles, C, blueberry and hazelnut Pringles? It's not me, it's science. Question number 6 is about the Lancashire Hotpots.
Oh, no!
And in one way, shape or form, we've appeared on many national radio stations over the years. We're more than regional, we're national. Now, which one of these radio stations, as far as I'm aware, haven't we appeared on? Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3, Radio 4, Radio 5 Live. That's it. Oh, in fact, you can throw in Radio 6. So, out of those 6 stations, we've not appeared on one of them. Which one is it? Radio 1? And when I say appeared, you know, we've had the music played. Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3, Radio 4, Radio 5 Live, Radio 6. Oh, haven't we got about a bit over the years? Oh, there's the dog.
There's a dog being, I don't know.
Is the dog telling you the answers there?
No, it's happening to the dog at all.
Is it like on that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with the cops, but with the parts?
Was it Radio 1? Question number 7 is I fear IKEA. Now then, I'm going to give you a statement. IKEA once sold flat pack self-build houses. Is that true or is that false? IKEA have given us lots of things over the years in a flat pack format. And they once sold flat pack houses. Is that true or is that false?
Mm-hmm. Isn't the potluck round usually last?
There's 2 potluck rounds. That just happens to be in a potluck format.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, because that was IKEA, wasn't it?
Now then. In fact. Oh, sorry, my numbering is wrong on the sheet because they're automatically numbered. Question number 8 is normally Everyone Loves a Bernard, but strangely enough, I've abandoned that particular format, and it's a blooming good job I did because tonight it's Everyone Loves a Kenny. Yay!
Yay!
In a way.
And this week, we're talking about Kenny Rogers. Now, Kenny had 2 UK number 1s in 1977 and in 1980. Can you name either of those number 1s? So, country superstar Kenny Rogers, he had a number 1 in 1977 and he had a number 1 in 1980. All I want is the name of one of those number 1 singles he had in the UK. That's quite fortuitous, that, me sacking off the Bernard, considering he sacked us off. Well, in fact, he didn't sack us off, he sacked you off, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Just remember that when we're back together, we're at the merch stall, and then you're thinking, I don't think I want a signature or a photograph with him. I think I'd have one with the rest of the band who were bothered to show up.
Absolutely.
I think what we should do is first gig back, proper gig back, is he comes on after us and the whole audience have to boo him.
Again.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it at the beginning, then they don't have to do it at the end.
Yeah. Question number 9 is television, as always, and we're talking Friends. Friends was the world's biggest sitcom, running from 1994 to 2004, and I've never actually seen a single episode. It's not for me, thanks. How many episodes did they actually make in total? Was it A, 186? Was it B, 206? Or was it C, 236? So, Friends, where everybody knows your name, ran from 94 to 2004. How many episodes did they make in those 10 years? Was it A, 186, B, 206, or C, 236? What do you reckon? Hot Potters? And that leads us all the way up to question number 10, which, as Bob points out, is our potluck round. True or false? The man who invented the deep freezing process for preserving food was called Mr. Birdseye. Is that true, or is that false? The man who popularised the deep freezing process in order to preserve food to stop it going off was called Mr. Birdseye. Do you think that's true, or do you think it's false? Those are your 10 questions for this Bank Holiday Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a bit of a drink together. Cheers. Hope your Bank Holiday Monday's going well so far.
My drink's gone.
Now, you know how I was on anti-establishment last week? Well, I'm on the real thing. I'm on the Punk IPA. And I think I've almost figured out the difference between the two. Ron, do you remember in Superman 3? When Richard Pryor was trying to reformularize kryptonite, but there's like 0.3% of something missing, and he just typed in tar.
Yeah.
Anti-establishment is a bit like that. There's like 0.3% slight difference. I'm not saying they put tar in it, but that's just like there's a flavour difference there. That's just, it's like the man-made kryptonite. It's just not quite. Right. Whereas this, the genuine thing is the real article.
But it's still a nice beer, I thought.
Oh yeah, it's still good, but I think I would.
We haven't had it yet.
I think I would still always turn to the definitive article.
Yeah.
However, I had a Desperado last night, and I can still say that Aldi's Bandidos are better than the Desperado. 100%.
So, do you proudly walk into Aldi and shout at the top of your voice, "I'm here for the Bandidos"?
I certainly do.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is September, and the start of September means that we're in a new month, and a new month means another streaming gig from the Lancashire Hotpots. We're playing on Saturday, the 26th of September in our secret location, and we're going to be doing songs from the first 2 albums as well, perhaps. Maybe potentially there's a few surprises. Maybe, lads, we could sneak maybe at least one song from the forthcoming album on there.
Cat amongst the pigeons.
Yes, we could give people an online exclusive. And I believe Stupendous is going to be there as well for a little bit of a mini set.
Nice.
So
depending on whether Bernard turns up or not, we might need him to do vocals anyway.
Well, there we go. If Pendus can hang around, he can be our new vocalist. But
he knows as many words as Bernard anyway.
He does really, doesn't he? That's going to be a lot of fun. So tickets for that are on sale now. Here is the link, and if you're wondering what it's actually like, let's throw in a bit of footage from the last one here.
I haven't got any money, I've got no money, and it's no surprise. Increases in the cost of a living, but I know what is giving me a pay rise. I just can't go the end of the road. Will it end is anybody's guess? I asked my boss for a raise, he pulled his face, he said we have to do more with less.
Wow, that was good. It was hot. We're literally smoking. So there's the ticket link again. We'll be reminding you now of the next couple of weeks. But get your tickets nice and early, because it really is a fantastic night in with the Lancashire Hotpots. So, chaps at home, are you ready for answers to your questions?
Yes.
Well, let's do it. So, question number 1 was music, and I asked what was Adele's surname. Was it A, Adele Atkins, B, Adele Murphy, or C, Adele Jenkins? Ron. Bob. Sorry, the short words, 3 letters.
Well, not being here throwing you off.
It is really. I have got a rhythm. But basically, I don't think anymore. I just go off from what I already know. Let's go back to Bob again. What do you think, mate?
Well, all those answers sounded as though they could have been her name. It was a guess, really. I just put Atkins.
Atkins.
With a Z.
Kenny?
Names. I don't know when I know them. I definitely don't know this one. So, I just guessed it. ADKINS.
Adkins. Okay, and Ron?
Well, we've seen pictures of her recently, and I think she's been on the Atkins diet.
You've stolen my gag that I was going to use, and it is Adele Atkins. Well done. Everyone is off the mark.
Very good.
I must admit, apart from researching her name for that particular part, no idea what her surname was. Can you imagine being...
Off the mark, yeah.
Well, if we get a text in a minute, maybe you will be. Imagine being so famous you only have to have one name. Question 2 was films, and we were talking Dougray Scott, the Scottish actor who was due to play a very famous superhero but didn't get to do it because he had another film to film. Which superhero was it? A, Wolverine, B, Batman, or C, Iron Man? Bob?
Being Scottish, I thought he maybe play something a bit gritty. I originally put Wolverine, and then you said he was late 90s sort of thing, so or was it early 90s? Can't remember. Anyway, I changed it to Batman.
He's Batman. Oh, he could have been Kenny.
Yeah, I don't even know if you know who that is, but same reasoning. When you said about 90s, I thought, yeah, Batman's that kind of time, and yeah.
Okay, and finally, Ron.
Well, I went the opposite because I thought Scottish, I thought bit of a crazy man, very gruff. I went Wolverine.
Bob, always go with your first answer. It was indeed Wolverine.
Oh, way.
1996, I think it was. He was due to play Wolverine in the first X-Men film. Can you imagine, like, Hugh Jackman would just not be a famous international superstar if Dougray Scott at all? If he'd have been Wolverine.
Well, funnily enough.
Sorry, Ron.
Bob first.
Why couldn't he do it again?
He actually had scheduling conflicts and had to go and film Mission Impossible 2.
Oh.
So he chose. He really did the wrong thing, didn't he? He probably thought Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Yeah, I'll do that. If he'd have been Wolverine, he could have been as big as your man is now.
So it was something important, and it wasn't like, oh, I can't go and play Wolverine because I've got to go and put some shells up.
No. It was appearing with Tom Cruise.
One of the first people to be approached, apparently, in the very early 90s was Mel Gibson.
Oh, no. See, that would have been...
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I can actually.
Yeah, you can.
But it would have been just a little bit more racist.
Yeah.
Question 3.
Exorcist. Accepting to the other mutants, let's put it that way.
Yes, less tolerant. Question 3. Egg, sausage, chips and beans and eggs. And we're talking Eggman and Walrus. And which Beatles album did I Am the Walrus appear on? Was it A, Magical Mystery Tour, B, Revolver, or C, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band? Now, I think Bob is a bit of a Beatles aficionado.
Yes, but very much a Beatles fan here. And Magical Mystery Tour, among some Beatles fans, some don't class it actually as an album, it's a compilation. But it's the Magical Mystery Tour.
Okay, that's Bob's guess. Kenny?
Yeah, I've gone for the old Magical Mystery Tour as well.
MMT. And Ron?
Full House Magical Mystery Tour.
It's full marks across the board. It is indeed the Magical Mystery Tour. Yeah, it's like it was like a EP. It was like two sides of EPs. But yeah, I'd class it as a Beatles album. I'd class it.
Yeah, it's got the EP. It's got you get a book in it as well. Yeah. There you go.
Question 4 was bitter lager cider ale and stout. We were talking cider this week on what's the biggest selling cider in the UK. A, Stowford Press, B, Thatcher's Gold, or C, Strongbow. Bob?
It's got to be Strongbow, hasn't it?
Has it? Kenny?
Yeah, I mean, Thatcher's Gold's going to be in there with the shout, but equally, everywhere you go's got Strongbow. Not everywhere you go's got Thatcher's Gold. So, and going off how much Bernard drinks on his own, I mean, he's probably keeping the numbers up. So yeah, Medibo. He will be adding potentially to the numbers. And finally, Ron.
Yeah, just on the simple fact that Bernard drinks it all the time, we're going to go Strongbow.
It is indeed Strongbow. 569,000 hectolitres are drunk every year. Depressingly, the second biggest cider in the UK is Strongbow Dark Fruits.
All right.
Which for me is I might be controversial in saying this. It's just cider and black. And back in the day, you know, when I first started drinking, that was the embarrassing drink of the 18-year-old drinker who could just drink it like pop, and yet it's now the second biggest cider in the UK. It just goes to show.
The very first time I ever got drunk, actually, back in time, was actually a 1 litre bottle of Strongbow. I drunk it up the Burgies with my mates. If you're from St Helens, you'll know what the Burgies is. It's just basically a hill. It's basically a hill. And we swam down the hill later on, straight down.
Bob's stories there, ladies and gentlemen. Question number 5 is crisps. And we were talking funny flavours of Pringles. Which one of these... Well, they're all funny, but which one of them is a false funny that I've just made up? A, white chocolate and peppermint, B, horseradish and mustard, or C, blueberry and hazelnut? Bob?
I seem to remember I've seen or I've heard about, or somebody's mentioned the horseradish one. Wasn't too sure about the other two, but I just went with the white chocolate and peppermint. As a bit
White chocolate, yeah, it does seem very unusual, that, doesn't it? Kenny?
Well, I mean, I'm getting angry just thinking about it. I was going to go for the white chocolate and mint just because it's got mint in. And, I mean, just having Pringles with mint on would have sent me over the edge, but having white chocolate and mint, that's just... I can feel myself getting angry. But I thought, well, that one sounds crazy, and the blueberry and hazelnut sounds crazy. So maybe it's the horseradish and mustard, because isn't horseradish kind of almost like a mustard, and therefore you'd have one or the other, but not both.
Both condiments, yeah.
So I went for horseradish and mustard.
Kenny's logic is going B, and Ron.
Kind of like Kenny's logic, I was thinking that the first and the third one might have been some kind of sweet release, you know, like some special edition sweet release, and I thought there's no way you would do horseradish and mustard, because that would be absolutely bonkers.
Sweet release, we're talking about Bernard's evening again. Well, strangely enough, there's a bit of a logic to Dickie's questions and Dickie's fake answers, and the false one is B, horseradish and mustard, because, as Kenny pointed out, two of the same flavours. So there was a clue there, so if you spotted that clue, well done.
Well, makes sense now.
Question 6 about the Lancashire Hotpots. So, we've appeared on lots of national radio stations over the years, but which one haven't we appeared on? Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3, Radio 4, Radio 5 Live, or Radio 6 Music? Bob?
Yeah, I seem to remember all of those, apart from, but of course I could be wrong, Radio 3.
Okay, Kenny?
Yeah, I thought Radio 3. Couldn't think of anything. So, yeah, a bit of a shot in the dark, but it's an educated guess.
An educated guess, Ron?
Yeah, again, educated guess. I went for Radio 3.
It's full marks across the board again. It is indeed Radio 3. So, just a quick recap. Radio 1, Colin Murray played us back in the day and originally gave us the idea for the Lancashire Hot Pants. Long story. Radio 2 many times. Very bold. Tell you we've been on the Radio 2 breakfast show. Radio 4, Bitter Lager, Cider Ale and Stout was played in the background of the Archers. And when it all kicked off with the IOC, I was interviewed on 5 Live. So there you go. Question 7 was IKEA. And I said IKEA once sold flat pack self-build houses. Is that true or is that false, Bob?
I've seen lots of kind of videos on the internet about flat pack houses and them being built, but I don't think any of them have been associated with IKEA, so I've put false.
He's gone false. Kenny?
Yeah, I was kind of the same. I've definitely heard about flat pack houses. I don't know if I've heard about them in terms of IKEA. And now I think about it, even if they did do them, they probably wouldn't sell them. So it's probably false, but I wrote true, so I'll have to stick with it now.
True. And Ron?
Yeah, I just went true. No logic, just went true. And
we should have a Tony Hadley sample here, because it is indeed true. The Block Lock House was launched in Sweden in 1996. All I will say is you'd need a bloomin' big screwdriver.
Ooh.
Question 8 is Everyone Loves a Kenny, and we were talking country superstar. He's dead now. Kenny Rogers, and he had 2 UK number ones, one in 1977, one in 1980. Can you give me any of those number ones, famous number ones? Bob, over to you first.
Well, you may think that Rage Against the Machine were an original band, but they weren't. They were a covers band because Kenny Rogers had a hit with Killing in the Name Of.
Okay, fair enough. Kenny.
I've let the Kennys down, and not only have I let the Kennys down, I've done a bit of a Billy. I just don't know any. I don't know any songs he's done. I couldn't even think. I didn't even do anything comical.
Ron, are you going to save the Hotpots here?
I don't think it was a hit on his own. I think it was with Big Dolly, and I think it was Islands in the Stream.
Well, Islands in the Stream was a top 10 hit. I think it got to number 7, but it wasn't a number 1. You're going to kick yourself. In 1977, it was Lucille, Don't Take Your Love to Town. Don't take your love to town. And in 1980, he had a number 1 with Coward of the County.
Oh, was 80 that? I thought that was well earlier.
I knew the Lucille connection because obviously there's a song on Pot Sounds.
No, there isn't.
Homage, maybe, but I couldn't think of what the name was.
Yeah, never willingly land yourself in any trouble, Bob. In fact, we can just blame it on Bernard.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Blame it on the Bernard. Question 9 was television, and we were talking Friends. Lots of episodes, even though I've never seen a single one of them. But how many episodes of Friends? Was it A, 186, B, 206, or C, 236? I think you've seen a fair few episodes of Friends, Bob.
I've seen them all. I have seen every single episode of Friends several times, but at the time, over the years, I've not counted them, funnily enough. But I put 186.
Okay, Kenny.
Well, I've done a little bit of math, as the Americans say, and usually American series tend to have around 20-ish episodes a series. It kind of varies sometimes, 22, 23, 24. So on that basis, I went for 236, because that's like 10 times 20 and a bit.
Kenny applying the logic yet again. Ron.
Again, I used Kenny logic, and it is that idea of American sitcoms usually run for over 20 episodes a season, and I went with 236. Go big or go home.
Well, the guys applying the logic are the guys who are getting the points. It is indeed C, 236. So well done to you if you got that right.
Rubbish this week, mate. Rubbish.
And our last question is our potluck question. And I said the man who invented the deep freezing process for preserving food was called Mr. Birdseye. Is that true or is that false? Bob?
I think we've been, as human society, I think we have been freezing food for a long time. So it's impossible to pinpoint an inventor. So I put false.
Okay. Kenny?
I figured if he was that famous, he'd have a first name and not just be Mr. Birdseye, so I've gone false.
Okay, and Ron?
Yeah, again, no first name, just Captain. I've gone false.
Well, I'm afraid the correct answer is true. Because
he's done that Mr. before. He's done.
No.
Well, I could have said Clarence Birdseye. He died in 1956. American inventor, and he was best friends with another frozen food pioneer, Dave Binder's Crispy Pancakes. So there we go. Those are your 10 questions and your 10 answers for tonight. This Bank Holiday Monday. What did you get at home? Top them all up. Stick your answers in the box below, because we're going to see whether you got a better score than the Lancashire Hotpots, who could be bothered to turn up for your entertainment tonight. So this is a bit where I do a little bit of a score tallying myself. Bob, what did you get for tonight on this Bank Holiday Monday?
Not that great. Had a bad couple of weeks. I think it's going to be Kenny and Ron in the runnings here. I only got 4 on 10.
4 on 10. That's very low for Bob. Kenny, I'm sure you'll have beat Bob this week.
Yeah, I didn't do too shabby. I got 7.
7 on 10 for Kenny. And now this is all exciting. This is where we put the drum roll in. I might not put the drum roll in. Ron, what did you get tonight?
On the actual filmed Hotpots pub quiz, I've got my highest score ever. which is 8 on 10.
Wow.
8. Oh, wowzers, me trousers. Ron is the winner of this week's Bank Holiday Quiz.
Well done.
Have that one. Not the one that you lied about a couple of weeks ago.
No, I didn't lie about that one.
You
I didn't lie about that.
Prove it.
So
I've just proved it tonight.
is that 2 wins in 3 weeks, Ron?
I think it is, yeah. Yeah.
He's
getting
coming.
better at this.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Do you tend to find the more you drink, the easier the quiz gets?
Yeah, because it's always a surprise because by the end of the quiz, I never remember whether I've won it or not. So it's good. It's a surprise now, and I'll watch this again on a rerun, and I'll remember that I won all over again.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on this Bank Holiday Monday. We appreciate you spending your time with us. There'll be another quiz for you next week. It might be a little bit shorter, but a quiz there will be. Thanks for joining us. You stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Ta-ra!